Hi, welcome to Saturday. Tom is here.
Not for long.
And Jeff is here. And obviously Will and Dan are still here.
Obviously.
Obviously.
What?
Because y'all were here yesterday in the clips. Tom is leaving today, and Jeff wasn't in the clips yesterday. That was my logic leap. Stan's working through that mentally. Anyway, Tom is heading out today. It's been great to hang out with you.
It's been great hanging out with you too.
I hope you know that you can come back anytime you want.
I appreciate that. I hope you know that I'll try not to give you a heart attack next time.
That is my one request.
Yeah.
Please let me know when you're coming back next time. That would be the one thing that I would like to know. Otherwise, you're welcome anytime.
Oh yeah.
Have you?
I'll just fly in and surprise you on it. That'll be great.
Yeah, the next time you get the heart attack.
Right. I mean, like it'd be good if you let somebody like know ahead of time that's like associated with me. So that way, if I'm saying like, oh, I'm going to leave on this date and it happens to be the same date that you're coming in to surprise me, that might be an issue.
We could probably figure that out somehow. Had you had Firehouse subs before?
Yeah, they've got a couple in Austin.
Okay, so
I've
Jeff,
never had this one before. I never had the.
this was your first time having Firehouse subs.
was.
What'd you think?
It's very good. I probably would have gotten something with a little more veggies on it. But
Yeah, we got something that was less embarrassing. to
Yeah,
say
well,
out
we don't talk about that.
We got a Reuben. There was a Reuben here.
They do a wonderful Reuben.
It's not a Reuben. It's not.
It's very nice Reuben.
Do not.
Beef pastrami.
It's not here. Not here. It's not. You don't.
It's not actually a Reuben, but it's like the Reuben without the sauerkraut or the other. It's close enough. It's a Reuben adjacent object, I believe is how I describe it.
I really like Reuben adjacent.
RAO. Reuben adjacent.
So Tom is heading out.
Yep.
Me and Will and Jeff are going to go around to a few different stores in Raleigh today and look at some vintage, thrifty stuff. I don't think any of the stores. Oh, I've been to one of them, but the other stores I've never been to, so it should be an interesting thing. Maybe we'll find
Treasure.
treasure. We might find treasure. It's not impossible.
Trash. I mean, there's a range. It goes. There's the treasure scale. It goes from junk to treasure.
I had this as a child. I had this exact thing. Now you can't open it. You'd just be buying it to have the box
Yeah.
and the object in it, and
The knowledge of
yeah,
having that.
yeah. It's like, well, okay, this isn't a toy anymore. This isn't a thing for pleasure. This is like an investment. It's like Lucas coin. It's like Lucas coin.
Oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
I love this.
These were great.
Yeah, I had this one and I had that one, and I had friends that had some of the other ones, not these ones, but I think they also like remade them over the years.
Oh yeah,
so
sure.
I don't know what era mine was compared to these. It's a Target Game Boy Advance with the Target logo. God, that's great. It's a little bit later. We spent the day just like going around to different places. I kind of montaged that together, but that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. We went to a bunch of stores that I've never been to. The only place I had been to before was Hidden Block Games, but they moved. They used to be in a very, very small place, and now they're in a much larger place, and it was cool to see the new storefront. It's good to hang out with Will and Jeff all day. And then after we hung out, we grabbed some quick dinner, and then Will went off to his other comedy show, and hung out here a little bit with Mao and Chaz and Jeff and Brandon, and then everyone just went home. I realized I forgot a very important part of today. I never filmed it, and then I forgot to talk about it. This morning, I got up this morning at 4:30 a.m. and I got up at 4:30 a.m. to go pick up Alex and Haley and take them to the airport because they're actually doing a ski trip. They do like an annual ski trip with Haley's parents, and that is this next week. So I went and took them to the airport, and then I came back home and went back to bed. So I didn't get like a ton of sleep. It was a reasonable amount of sleep, but it was broken up into two chunks because I came home from like the Waffle House last night. We had, spent time with everyone at the arcade and everything. I had like a little bit of sleep, and then I woke up to take them to the airport, and then I got the rest of my sleep. But that means that Mao is actually staying over at their house this next week, which has happened before. She's over there to make sure that Leica is taken care of. But she's staying there tonight. So whenever she was here and I said goodbye to her, she's over at their place to take care of the dog. So Will should actually be back pretty soon. He was out a little bit later, but it was a good day. I just wanted to make sure I mentioned that because like Mal probably won't be like super prominently featured for the next week. I'm going to see her every day, I'm sure, because we'll probably do dinner together. And if she's going to stream, like she'll be over here or whatever. But I'm going to spend a lot of time by myself, unfortunately. It's fine. I hope it'll be a time for me to get like more stuff done. But anyway, now you know. So Will is back, and I realized that we never once said what comedy shows that he actually went to. So I figured I'd let you just like talk about that.
So I was seeing Tim Butterly at Good Nights.
Yeah.
Both nights, and phenomenal shows.
Excellent.
Yeah, Tim's great. All the bros from Philly are great. Rob Cruz was opening for him. Shout out Durag and the Deer Tag.
And Tim does a
podcast? He does a podcast. He does Dad Meet with Mike Rainey, another hilarious comedian. And he has his own show, The Tim Butterly Show, and his other show, Field Trippin'. And all of them are excellent. Check them out on YouTube.
The other thing is that after the show tonight, Will went back to Boxcar because everyone went to Boxcar, and Will was talking about someone that was at the show, and he's like, it's just like a guy I think you've heard of, and it was Cliffy B. And I was like, how many people are in like the audience? And he's like 50. And I was like, and Cliffy B was there. He's like, yeah. And so if you don't know who Cliffy B is a big part of the video game world, worked at Epic for a very long time. And Epic is here in Raleigh. It's in Cary. And, it helped ship like Gears of War and back in the day, Jazz Jackrabbit, all the Unreal games. So a very big deal. And so whenever Will told me that, I was like, oh, let me tell you who Cliffy B is. But did he go to Boxcar?
Yes.
So he was just chilling, like playing video games?
Well, we met him outside, and went in. I didn't know who he was, so I didn't keep an eye on what he was playing or anything. I don't have any inside scoop. I played Pac-Man and a racing game, and
I love that.
Yeah, it's way too crowded in there, though.
Yeah. Yeah. That's if anyone ever watches this and wants to go to Boxcar,
Go early or go late, I feel like.
Yeah. Like after midnight, it starts to get better.
Yeah.
Or go early, because there's a period of time before midnight, probably for a few hours, where like it is so packed that it's very difficult to even move. So I recommend against that. But otherwise, it's a good time. Yeah, I don't know, the Cliffy B story really tickled me. I really love that. I can't wait to tell Mal that tomorrow. I also wanted to show off the stuff that you got, because we went shopping today, and there's all sorts of like different things that you picked up. So let's take a look at what
we got. Let's just unbox it and okay. Okay. So this is from the first stop. So this is great. I grabbed this bag first. This is from Animazed. And this was like the oldest thing they had in the store. He said it's been on the shelf the longest. I have no idea.
They're very weird things.
They're very weird things. But
this is from Evangelion.
$16, and I was like, all right.
Yeah.
You know, it's from like 2000, and like the date on the back, I think.
Very weird.
So, you know.
I don't know if anyone watching knows anything about this.
If you do, yeah, like DM me and tell me, because I haven't, from like a cursory glance, I couldn't find much information, but that's not to say I can't, like, you know, do a little bit deeper of a dive and find some info on them. Who knows?
All right. What else is in there?
I think this is from the next stop. This is from Crowbag Toys.
Yeah, the toy shop.
Yep. So I grabbed this Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Soft Darts Target set.
Love that.
I have another item from this set. It's a bubble gun, and it's on like the same cardboard backing and stuff. And I was just like, oh, that's neat. It's taped shut, so you know, but might open it since it's taped shut. And then I grabbed these for a friend of mine. These are candy dispensers from The Mask.
Oh my god!
Animated series. And they were like $15 for both of them. So I was like, that's a great deal.
That's so bizarre. Like, I remember there being merchandise for The Mask, but that's just a wild...
And that was stuff they had said they had just put in their case that came from a collection, so...
Yeah.
I was just like, yeah, sure.
It's really wild. All right.
What else we got? Okay, this is from our next stop. I needed this so that I can play Melee Online. So I grabbed that. This was from Hidden Block Games, who is at like a new location now.
Yeah, their store is much bigger now.
Yep, much nicer. Way less claustrophobic.
And you picked up
and then I
cards.
grabbed some Pokemon singles. I'm working on collecting all of the Tag Team GX cards.
Okay.
So anytime I see like singles that I'm looking for that are priced at like reasonable, I mean most of these were less than like eBay.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay, support a local business and work on what I'm working on. So.
Yeah.
This is the hat I got from the pop-up, I guess that's what you could call it.
Yeah, I don't think I filmed in there at all.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it was like two different artists that had a space that they were sharing. One lady did like more like traditional, like paint on canvas, abstract art with a lot of color, very cool stuff. And then the other guy, Needle and Thread Co., this guy does a lot of like vintage reworks. With like distressed denim and flannel, and then he'll take like band tees and like pop culture tees and work them in with that kind of stuff. And
yeah, it was very cool stuff.
Yeah, very cool stuff.
Yeah.
So I had to grab a hat, and then
There-
this was taken.
You can show it.
Okay.
Like I'll censor it.
Yeah, this was from the last place that we went to, which was Out the Box Vintage.
Yeah.
Was that in downtown Raleigh, I guess, or?
Yeah, that was in downtown. We were like starting to head out of downtown.
I think that was probably my favorite stop, if I had to say.
It was a cool place.
Very cool vintage store. Lots of like great vintage clothing from like all different price ranges.
Yeah.
Tons of like really cool displays. I mean, they had that whole bookcase of like vintage player guides that were like great condition.
I didn't film that part, but they did have a bunch of players guides, and I found a perfect Chrono Trigger players guide, and I took it up to the front, and they were like, those players guides aren't actually for sale. They're like, we just like to have them so people can come in and like look at them. And I was like, okay, that's fine. Anyway.
I know they had a couple cardboard cutout standees. They had like an Anchorman, like Ron Burgundy.
Yeah.
Not for sale. and like that's one of the weird eclectic things I collect.
Yeah.
So anytime I can find those. They had some little bit of video game stuff. They had like a box copy of Pokemon Red and Blue that was open, but like they still had the box and all the stuff. I think it had game and manual.
Yeah, they had a few local video game things. A lot of shoes.
A lot of shoes, a lot of hats. The hat selection was like one of the best I've seen of any vintage store.
Yeah.
I easily could, if I bought every hat that I was interested in that store, I would have spent $500 or $600, which is
They
insane.
did have a lot of hats.
And this was the hat I did pick up. Sorry, that's a little bit of work you have to do to.
It's fine.
Yeah, but
I saw that hat in the store, and I was like,
I texted a picture to Thomas. I texted a picture of the hat to Thomas, and then you ended up getting it, and I was like, yeah, that's a wild hat.
right.
But yeah, it was a good shopping day.
Yeah, we did all that. We had Firehouse for lunch, and then we had
Sultan's Deli.
Sultan's Deli for dinner, which was great. The kebabs were phenomenal.
Yeah.
And then I went to like a great comedy show. It was all around great day.
yeah, this was
a very, very good day, and it was fun because like Jeff joined us, but kind of like on a whim.
Yeah.
Because Jeff joined us for lunch, and then we were like, "This is what we're doing," and he's like, "All right, I'll do that.
Yeah.
I don't have anything going on Saturday, so yeah, cool."
I'm glad I didn't pick sucky places.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's Will's the one that found all the places, so yeah, you did good. Especially that last place. That last place was very, very cool.
The pictures look great, and I was just like, if it's half as cool as the pictures.
Yeah.
And like the first thing we pulled up and see in the window is like a stuffed plush with a drawstring on the back, so I guess it talks. From
Oh yeah.
The dinosaur show.
Yeah, I'm the baby, gotta love me.
Not
Yeah.
the mama, not the mama.
Not the mama. Yeah.
I took a screenshot of that to my sister, and that was the first thing she said was not the mama.
Yeah, I haven't thought about that show in a long time, and then seeing that in the window.
Surprisingly, I was thinking about it like last week with a friend of mine. So just seeing that, I was like,
Have you ever seen the finale to that show?
I have. It's crazy.
It's something. It's a very interesting way of ending a show.
Yeah, the 90s were a strange time. For TV, at least.
Anyway, so tomorrow will probably be a lot more low key.
I think, yes.
That's it for today. Thanks for watching.
Can I do it?
Yeah.
Let's meet back tomorrow, shall we?
you got it.
Hey.